All right, so let's go ahead and finish up the second half of this problem here, where we come across, right, we already finished question 1 and 2, so now question 3 is going to be a continuation from the question above, okay? And it says that your inventory method is still periodic and it is still weighted average. But this time, right, on April 30th, excuse me, you have a total of 600 units on hand, which we know that from the previous worksheet. So again, this is a real, scenario where you're going to be constantly having your ending balance becoming your beginning balance. Okay, you're going to carry your inventory across from multiple worksheets, right? So in this case, I know I have 600 units left on inventory, right? Because I did the conversion entry, and I know that I'm going to carry that over because it becomes my beginning inventory. Okay? So in this case, since I know that information, I'm going to take a look at what happened here. So I know for a fact right now I have 600 units at $3,399.80. And it's currently at an average cost of $566,632.65. Remember now, in this case, this number is irrelevant once you carry it over to your new inventory worksheet because that number is no longer going to be identified anymore because your average cost will change because you're going to be adding more new inventory. So in this case, this is just a reference point that we're going to use, and we're going to copy this information directly into my new inventory worksheet. Okay. So right here, inventory on hand, I know I have 600 units, and right now it is costing at a grand total of this $3,399.80. And of course, if you want to just do it for fun, you can just go ahead and calculate your average cost there, and it will tell you right away that it is the 5.6632. Okay, there you go. Now, I'm also going to carry this number down here at the bottom because this is just my total, beginning balance, right? Okay, so let's see what has happened next, all right? So it says right here that on May 5th, we end up purchasing 500 units at $625 with a freight of $50. Okay, so same like the previous one, okay? Yes, you can have a possibility of getting the same exact inventory amount for the same exact price, right? Because of what we've talked about this, right? The inventory, that every time you purchase it, it will fluctuate in price often, okay? So then, but this time it's May 5th. We purchased that 500 units at $6.25 with a freight of $50. So in this case, what is my total purchase price here?
It's $3,125.
Right? Yes, I'm going to use my cell referencing to put in my formula here. So it's my quantity times my unit price, okay? What is my total total cost?
It's $3,175.
Yes, so purchase price plus freight gives you my total cost of $3,175, okay? This case, I don't need to solve for my cost per item because I'm going to add it to my beginning balance anyways. So no need to solve for my average cost here. Okay? So then let's see what happened next. May 10, we purchased 800 units at $6 each with a freight of $80. Okay, so May 10, 800 units at $6 with a freight of $80. So in this case, right, how much is my purchase price here?
It's $4,800.
$4,800 plus 80.
$4,880.
Right, good. 48.80. Okay. So then let's see what's next. You got your May 20th. You end up purchasing 300 more units at $6.15 with a freight of 15. Okay. So May 20th, we got 300 units at $6.15 with a freight of 15. Okay. Purchase price.
It's 1,845.
Okay, good. Plus 15.
Make it to 1,860.
Good, right? 1860. Okay. And then the last purchase that we did for May was May 25th. We ended up purchasing an additional 100 units at $6.30 with a freight of 50. Okay. So May 25th, 100 units at $6.30, right? We'll give you 630 plus 5. 5 will give you 635, right? So then let's see what the very last piece of information is, that at the end of May, May 31st, you had a total of 400 units left on hand. Okay? So that means we need to plug that value here in my ending inventory that I have 400 units left. So once again, let's go ahead and tally up my totals here, so I can go ahead and solve for my net purchases. Okay. Okay, so what is my total amount of purchase items I purchased? My total quantity?
It's 1,700.
1,700 at a grand total cost of
10,400.
10,400. Okay. And I believe this is, freight is going to be 150. So my total cost is
$10,550.
good. So this is just my purchases. So let's go ahead and plug those values into my worksheet right here. Okay. So I know for a fact we purchased 1,700 units at the 10,400. Okay. For now, we will not have any purchase returns and allowances, but we will get to see an example next week on Monday, right? What happens when we introduce the same concepts, but this time we're adding in purchase returns and some discounts, okay? So we'll see what happens there, right? So then therefore, because I don't have any returns and allowances, the values do not change, okay? Freight adds 0 to my quantity, but it does add to my total cost. So in this case, my total net purchases is going to be 1,700 units at a grand total of $10,550. Okay. We do have some beginning balance, right? That's what we carried over from April 30th, right? We have 600 units at a total cost of that $3,399 and excuse me, and 80 cents. Okay. We're gonna carry down my net purchases that I solved from right above. So then now we need to figure out what is my grand total goods available.
We have 2,300 pieces.
Good. 2,300 at a grand total cost of
$13,949.80.
excellent. So $13,949.80. Okay. So this is where I can go ahead and solve for my average cost per item, because now this is my grand total cost, and this is my grand total quantity, right? These are the numbers I need to use to calculate my average cost per item. So I have 2,300 units at a grand total cost of $13,949.80. Okay? So then let's go ahead and solve for my average cost per item. Okay? So I'm going to take my $13,949.80 and divide it by my 2,300. What is my average cost per item?
It was $6.065130.
$6.065130. Good. Excellent. Okay. So here I know that my ending balance is 400, so you can carry that over if you want to solve for that. But in this case, if I start out with 2,300 and I have 400 units left, my assumption is I must have sold a total of
1,900.
we sold a total of 1,900. So you can choose and pick which one you want to solve for, because at the end of the day, they're all going to be the same, right? So in this case, let's go ahead and solve for my cost of goods sold first, because that's what you're supposed to be doing, right? So in this case, what is my 1,900 times $6.65130? Right? So that's what I'm gonna do. 1,900 times 6.065130, comma, 2 decimal places. What is my grand total cost going to be? $1,900 times 6.0651.
I have 2,000. Wait, I have $11,523.75.
Good. $11,523.75. Good. Right? Because it goes 7,546. So in this case, that is correct. Right? And you can also solve for this one as well too, right? You can also, the cool thing about Excel too is you can also copy the formula upwards too. Okay? So you should get $2,426.05 for your ending balance, okay? So, okay. Or you can just take your goods available, subtract that, you should get the same exact answer. 2426.05 is your ending balance. Okay? Awesome. So there you go, right? Definitely much more quicker, much more easier, right? Because we are not dealing with how many batches of inventory. We don't have to keep track of which amounts come from where, right? All we are dealing with is just one number and one number only, the average cost per item, and that can solve universally almost anything, right? So there you go. Now let's go ahead and practice that conversion journal one more time. Okay, it's going to look exactly identical to this one, except there's one more key component. what is that going to be if it's May 31st? What is that extra component that we need to keep, we need to remember?
The
In your credits,
inventory.
you need your beginning inventory.
Absolutely correct. You need to have your beginning inventory. Okay. So in this case, right, what was the total value of my ending inventory? So ending inventory is always going to come first, okay? So what was my ending inventory?
242605.
All right. What was my total cost of goods sold?
11,523.75.
All right. What was my total purchase price?
10,400.
What was my total freight?
150.
And last but not least, what was the total value of my beginning inventory?
33.99.80.
Good. So if you go ahead and test to make sure, because if you type these numbers in, you might also get a possibility of errors. So I got 13,949.80 on the left and 13,949.80 on the right. So again, usually this number here should actually match your goods available. Okay, which is true, right? That's exactly what my goods available was. All right. Good job. So let's go ahead and practice that one last problem here. Okay, just so we can just get it out of the way. Okay, so again, if on June 1st I purchased 1,500 units at $1.30, what is my total purchase price? So this is the inventory problem for weighted average part 2. This is the second one, just so we can keep practicing our calculations here.
1950.
1950 plus 200.
2150.
2150. In this case, we already know we have a whole bunch of purchases, so no need to calculate your cost per item for the first one at least. Okay. If on June 5th I purchased 700 units at $1.35, what is my total purchase price?
945.
Plus 100.
1,045.
Yeah, that will give you 1045. Okay. If on June 8th I purchased 950 units at $1.32,
1254.
1254 plus 120.
1374.
Yes. All right, this one. Yes. Okay. If on June 10 we purchased 1,200 units at $1.30,
1560.
1560 plus 150.
1710.
1710. Excellent. Okay. Two more. If on June 12th I purchased 800 units at $1.25,
1,000 even.
1,000 even. Plus $100,
1,100 even.
1,100 even. Okay. Last but not least, on June 14, we purchased 550 units at $1.30. So what is my total purchase price here?
715.
Good. Plus 70,
785.
785. Right? Good. Now, in this case, we reached the end of the accounting period, so let's take a look at the scenario. On June 15, you should have a total of 500 units left on hand. Okay, so that tells me I reached my accounting period and I already have an ending balance because someone went down to the basement, took a physical count, and told me that there were 500 units left. Okay, so I plugged that into my ending balance. So now that means I need to tally up my totals. Okay, so in this case, what is my total amount of quantity I purchased? Okay, so in this case, 15 plus 700 plus 950 plus 1200 plus 800 plus 550.
$5,700.
Yes, 5,700. Okay. My total purchase price, right? $7,424 even. Right? How much was my total freight?
$740.
$740, giving you a grand total cost of $8,164. Okay, or if you did it this way, 7424 plus 740 should get you the same exact answer as well. Okay. All right, so let's plug our numbers into our worksheet here down below. So we purchased a total of 5,700 units at the 7,424. No returns, allowances, or discounts, so that's going to not change your value. Okay. We also have to consider freight, making no change to quantity, but it does change your total cost. So in this case, we have a total of 5,700 at a grand total of 8,164. Now for this example here, we do not have any beginning inventory. Okay, so that means when we carry our net purchases that we sold from above here, our goods available is going to be equal to our net purchases. So there you go. I have my grand total goods available to be a total of 5,700 units at a grand total cost of $8,164. So this is where I can go ahead and solve for my average cost per item, okay? $8,164 divided by 5,700 units. What is my total average cost per item?
$1. Do you want the whole long number? 1.4322807.
Awesome. Good. 1.322807. Good. Okay. So that's my average cost per item. And if I have 500 units left out of my 5,700, I must have sold a total of 5,200. So here, this is where you can choose, right? Because in this case, my average cost per item isn't a half a penny. So you should be fine here, whether you solve for the ending balance or for the cost of goods sold, right? So equal round formula. I want to know what 500 times $1.43228, okay, in two decimal places is going to get me, right? So in this case, I already pressed enter by accident. So in this case, I got $716.14, right? And of course, you can apply this formula down below as well too. I should have got a total of $7,447.86. So again, 4 plus 6 gives you 0. Carry that over, you got another 0 too. So in this case, it pans out even as well. Okay, for the cost of goods sold, it's going to be $7,447.86. And even if I were to subtract that out, I should get the same exact number for the ending balance of 500 units at $716.14. So pretty straightforward. The calculations, again, this is the preferred one to do just because you don't have to stress about keeping track of which batch came first, which batch came last, having to keep calculating your running balance and having to calculate all your totals. This one's just really simple and easy, and it's not as complicated. And this one actually gives you your results much quicker than the other two methods. Okay. All right. Okay, of course, last but not least, this one I already filled it in for you. So we're dealing with June 30th here. So inventory, ending balance, right? What was your total value of your ending balance? Right? The 716.14, right? And your total cost of goods sold. Okay, 7,447. Your total purchases, right? So in this case, my purchase price was the 7,424. And of course, what was the total amount of freight? It was 740. Good. So again, you don't need a beginning balance because there wasn't any. So you don't need that section there. But let's just double confirm that my total debits match my total credits at $8,164 on the left with an $8,164 on the right. So, good job. All right, any questions about weighted average?